So, I mean, I love CPG. That's what I did before I joined Techstars. So after that, ended up working for Techstars Music. And then that's when I got hired to take over Techstars Austin and Techstars Impact. So ran the Techstars Austin and Techstars Impact after that, which is where I met Michael.
Awesome. That's cool.
And Techstars is gone from Austin now, right? Completely?
Yeah. Techstars, they changed their model. So it used to kind of be like this franchise model where you raised your own fund and then Techstars put their name on it. So when a bunch of people applied, it was like very easy for you to get inbound. And then Techstars started wanting to fund each program themselves. So they became a lot more strict with which program. And actually, Music is gone, Impact is gone, and Austin is gone. So all the programs I used to work for.
Well, and we had one in San Antonio that was around cloud, and that was when Rackspace was still like a thing here. And I saw the exact same thing happen where it used to be the local MD was raising money from local angels and investors. So it created like this natural alignment where people were super excited to help the program. And then they came along and said, we're going to fund everything from corporate out of the master fund. And suddenly like all the people who were like helping and referring companies and mentoring, like I spent a lot of hours mentoring, looked up and like, I was like, well, what's in it for me? It totally ruined all the incentives. And I mean, more power to them. Those were highly profitable programs, you know, with tons of IRR. If you ended up with a pill pack or something like that, you would have these 30x funds. But it just totally kind of made it not sustainable.
Yeah, that's honestly was one of the hardest things about working for Techstars. I still love, like, I'm very close with Amos. I'm very close with Bob, who ran music. And like very much respect them, love them a lot. But Techstars, they hired a lot of really great talent. They weren't very good at incubating that talent and leveraging it to the best of their abilities. I was the first program manager to ever invest in a company, which makes no sense to me, considering we're sitting in a room with these founders for 3 months. We probably could make the best investment decisions after they're already narrowed down from 700 companies to 10 companies, and then you can pick out of the 10 which ones you want to write a check to. So that's how I started angel investing, was working for Techstars.
Yeah, it's interesting that, I mean, from what, I guess, at least like 2010, I mean, before 2010 in some cases, through just a couple of years ago, you had this like YC plus 500 startups plus Techstars plus Alchemist plus Plug and Play plus AngelPad, StartX, like all these different pretty big accelerators that often had like a national or international presence. And it feels like a lot of that has consolidated down to be like YC's gotten a lot bigger. Most of these other programs have gone away or become like more focused, more niche. And then I guess I don't know where the other founders that were joining those programs are going. I don't know if they're doing more of like a studio model. Obviously VCs have started like incubating their own businesses in the last few years. So a lot of, you know, people with MBAs who otherwise would have gone to Techstars or 500 or YC are just like joining Thrive as an EIR and like starting a company internally there. But yeah, the ecosystem is interesting because it's just become like so YC dominant from an incubation perspective, which I don't know is like good for the space. Like I think it's healthy that you used to have like companies in my batch in 2015 that like had gone through 500 startups or Techstars and then joined YC or like went to one of those programs after YC. And so because it's sort of like each program is going to hit differently depending on the founders, it feels like that's a big loss for entrepreneurs in the space for sure.
Yeah. I think it just became a lot more difficult for founders to like, I would say, I wouldn't say that the quality of applicants went down, but there was a wider spread. There was either people that had already raised a lot of money, because I was just a EIR at Techstars Music last year, and for their final program. And I would say that there was like a widespread is either people who had no experience at all and had never raised money, had never built a business, or there's people that they were on their third or fourth company, had already raised like $3 million plus. And so we've kind of missed out on that like middle ground, which I think actually benefits the most from accelerator programs.
Yep, totally. What areas are you excited about right now? I guess given your background across like a bunch of different things in consumer and CPG and the music side, like what from a studio perspective, what's getting you excited?